If an adult is made of roughly 60% of water, a preterm newborn is essentially a swimming pool on fragile legs, with total body water reaching up to 90%. Yet they have an incredible immature system to manage it. Every fluid order you write in the neonatal intensive care unit is not just a prescription. It is an active intervention in an ongoing physiologic storm. Let us see fluid management in newborn. Fluid management to newborn is challenging, especially in very preterm and very low birth weight infants. Weight loss is mainly due to loss of water during the first few days of life. 10% birth weight in term and 50% in preterm is lost in the first 10 days of life. Renal function is limited, inefficient to modulate change in fluid and electrolyte. In addition, in newborn, total body water for preterm is greater than term newborn per kg. Water composition of a body at birth in neonates is around 80 to 90%, unlike that of 55 to 65% in adult. In newborn, extracellular fluid is around 2/3 of total body fluid, whereas it is 1/3 in adult. And intracellular fluid in newborn is around 1/3 of total body water, whereas it is 2/3 in adult. Water loss per kilogram per day and the water requirement per kilogram per day is high in newborn. Fluid requirement in newborn is different from adult because newborns have high body surface area to body mass. And they have also insensible water loss and loss via urine, which is higher per unit per body weight. And daily fluid to be given is calculated based on birth weight in kilograms. The type of fluid and the amount to be given varies with birth weight and the postnatal age of newborn infant. The total fluid requirement includes IV fluid plus feeding. For those less than 750 grams on day 1, we start around 100 to 140 ml per kg per day. On day 2, 120 to 160. On day 3 to 6, 140 to 200. For those between 1 kg to 1.5 kg, we start around 80 to 100 ml per kg per day, then increase by 20 ml per kg per day with the subsequent day till 150 ml per kg per day. For those with normal birth weight, we start with 60 to 80 ml per kg per day and increase by 20 ml per kg per day up to 150 ml per kg per day. In addition, electrolytes such as sodium, potassium, chloride, calcium, phosphorus, and magnesium, which are needed for normal homeostasis of the body, are given based on weight of a baby. Sodium is given as 3 to 4 milliequivalent per kg per day, and potassium at 1 to 2 milliequivalent per kg per day. Calcium gluconate 10%, 2 to 3 ml per kg per day, or 200 to 300 milligram per kg per day. Normal healthy term and late preterm newborns usually doesn't need IV infusion. Full maintenance fluid is usually started in preterm babies less than 34 weeks or very low birth weight infants less than 1.5 kg. In addition, if there is surgical emergency conditions and if a patient is having critically sick problem or critically sick newborn, start with full maintenance fluid. The type of fluid to be started and the advancement include on day 1, within 24 hours of birth, any birth weight starts with 10% DW. If there is a concern of hyperglycemia, we can decrease the glucose content to 5 to 7.5 DW, especially in extremely very low birth weight. We add calcium gluconate to maintenance fluid if a baby is preterm, if a baby is infant of diabetic mother, SCGA, and the PNA. Otherwise, electrolyte is not required on the first day of life. But if a baby is preterm, infant of diabetic mother, SCGA, and the PNA, we add calcium gluconate to maintenance fluid on the first day of life. On day 2, electrolyte such as sodium should be added. So at any birth weight, the fluid composition is 10% TW with normal saline. 2/3 10% DW, and 1/3 normal saline. Calcium is added to the maintenance fluid of any newborn if there is IV infusion from day 2 onwards. So if a baby needs maintenance fluid for more than 2 and above, we add calcium gluconate to the maintenance fluid. From day 3 and onward, the composition of the maintenance fluid is as day 2, just 2/3 10% DW and 1/3 normal saline. In addition, potassium is added based on some conditions. It is added if renal function is good, just if urine output is more than 1 ml per hour, or serum level of potassium is less than 5. An additional volume of fluid, just 10 to 20 ml per kg per day, is considered if neonate is febrile, under radiant warmer, under phototherapy, or babies having body defect like gastroschisis, and if there is fluid loss in the form of vomiting, NG2 drainage, and others, we should have to add the same volume that is lost. Fluid restriction to 2/3 daily of maintenance fluid is needed or may be required in the following condition. For example, if the baby is having asphyxia with renal insult, if there is also features of CHF, if newborn is having meningitis, we can consider 2/3 maintenance fluid. The total calculated fluid includes both parenteral infusions and enteral feedings. So if a newborn started feeding, the IV fluid to be administered is obtained by subtracting total daily volume of milk from total fluid. So deducted volume of any other perfusions such as transfusion, medication from the maintenance fluid. Check for infusion site for any leakage, swellings, redness, or infection. And monitor baby with weight daily, clinical evaluation daily, urine output daily, and random blood sugar daily. The other issue is fluid preparation. Currently, fluids are available in the form of 5% DW, 40% DW, normal saline, or ring redacted. To prepare fluid, use the following general formula. We need to prepare X% of DW from 40% DW and 5% DW. So this is a general formula. Volume of B is equal to highest concentration of DW minus concentration of DW wanted times total fluid required over highest concentration of DW minus concentration of DW wanted plus concentration of DW wanted minus lowest concentration of DW. And the volume of A is also calculated as you see on the formula. Then you add those things. Thank you for watching.